my name is Jess and welcome to my channel. Have a look at this. Today I'm going to be doing a spoiler-free review of Wanderlove by Kirsten Hubbard. Wanderlove is the story of 18-year-old Bria Sandoval, who is an artist. After some issues with college applications and a really bad breakup with her boyfriend, Bria signs up with Global Vagabonds, which is this touring company to do a tour of Central America. However, when she gets to Guatemala, which is her first stop, she finds the tour to be very restrictive and ends up going off with a pair of backpacking siblings called Rowan and Starling to see Central America on their own terms. I wasn't expecting to enjoy this book as much as I did. To me, the plot felt very, like girl travels, girl finds herself, romance. And to an extent the plot did have those things, but it wasn't delivered in a really cliche way, and I appreciated that. The main arc of the story is Bria sort of reconciling herself with the past and moving forward and becoming braver, and that was such a satisfying character arc to read about. The setting was also absolutely amazing. I've never read a YA book set in Central America, particularly not quite obscure countries like Guatemala and Belize. I feel like they're ones that I haven't really seen represented in anything, whether it be books or TV shows, and I feel like Kirsten Hubbard does such a great job of bringing this to life. I felt as though I was travelling with Bria when she was describing things like the marketplace in Guatemala with like the bug-ridden pomegranates, even the toilets in Belize when there were like pools of... Let's not go there. My point is, she did a really great job of bringing everything that Bria went through to life, so you felt as if you were on that journey with her. Plus, reading this book has left me with a massive desire to go to Guatemala and eat some tortillas. But I suppose the real strength of this book lies within the journey that Bria herself goes through. She starts off as quite a whiny, dare I say, unlikable character that doesn't really do much for herself, and I was actually really surprised when she decided to go away with Rowan and Starling. By the way, can we just talk about how irresponsible that was? I mean, I don't care if they're your age or if you recognise one of them from the plane. I mean, surely if some strangers offered for you to go off with them in a foreign country where you know no one, you wouldn't go. To be fair, that did make for a much better story than it would have done if she'd stayed with Global Vagabonds, but still. At the end of the book, she felt like a very changed character. She felt stronger. I felt as if she was much braver and much more capable to deal with things in her life than she had been before. As I mentioned, Bria is an artist, and throughout this book, Kirsten Hubbard has dotted some of her drawings throughout it, which really did a good job of bringing Bria to life. And this is my favourite drawing in the book of Bria. Can you see it? I feel like that really represents the sort of journey that she goes through, and it was just wonderful to see those dotted throughout the book. The other characters were also really fun to read about. You have Rowan, who is the backpacking brother of Starling and the main love interest in this book. The relationship that he and Bria had developed really slowly, and it was quite sweet to read. Initially I was quite worried that Rowan would conform to that sort of bad boy love interest stereotype, but he didn't. He came across as a very mature, well-travelled character, and it's his affliction, in a way, of wanderlove that gave the book its title, this kind of desire to run away from things. And I feel like towards the end of this book, both Bria and Rowan went through similar arcs in that they decided not to run away. Starling wasn't present that much in the book, but I felt as if she still was a really interesting dynamic character. She's Rowan's older sister. She does a lot of volunteer work. She could have turned into that sort of sassy best friend stereotype, but she didn't. She came across as very grounded, a very interesting character. If you enjoy travel, if you enjoy adventure, this is such a great book to read because it really follows the journey of characters that are going through that kind of transition period in life from youth to adulthood, and Kirsten Hubbard explores exploration and adventure and travel so wonderfully in a way that just makes you want to get up and go to the places that she describes. I felt as if the book ended a tiny bit abruptly. It's very open-ended, and in a way I suppose that suited the style of the story, but I still just wanted one more chapter. I wanted to see Bria go back to America. I wanted to see her live with the new things that she'd learned from her experiences. Overall, I would really recommend this book. It's an unusual setting, it's got a great set of characters, a very satisfying story and character arc, and I ended up giving it a 4 out of 5 stars. Thank you for watching this review. Goodbye.